So this is Diesel We the People News. Alright. This is going to be without prejudice or recourse on this video. Alright. Some of y'all well know that I go back and forth to Ector County on court matters. Alright. And yes, it does have to do with family court situations. Okay. Now, this video right here was about 14 days ago or so. Okay, so this video was not done today. However, there was actually another bombing in Albuquerque today. Hang on. This is April 19th at this point in time. Okay. So on April 19th was supposedly, I don't have first-hand knowledge, but this was on the news of Facebook from, I believe, on Channel 7 News, that there was another bomb threat. And they caught the guy. Okay? This is how serious this is, y'all. Okay? I've already explained a couple of times that Ector County's courts are crooked. Especially family courts. Alright? And you've been seeing videos all out there if you pay attention. They're all over the place about CPS and family courts and all that. And there's just too much evidence and witnesses saying that family courts is and child support and CPS is crooked. Now again, I'm not an attorney. This is my opinion with hearsay with everything else because I never particularly had to go through this situation. Okay? I just have first-hand knowledge what it's done to other people during this process. Alright. Now, again, there was a bomb threat in Ector County, Odessa, Texas, 15 days ago. And another one today. Now, they didn't know who the guy was at the particular time. Apparently, there was another one done today, and they had several devices today. That, what the news claim, okay, that the guy found out that he was going into court to lose his all his rights. That was the whole purpose of today's court, to lose all his rights to his kids. Now, I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if these things in the courts has pushed him over the edge or if he was already over the edge before then, and that's the reason why the situation it is. I just know how this court operates, and I have first-hand knowledge that they are liars, they are cheaters, and they hide documents, y'all. Okay? So therefore, that is not opinion. That is a fact. Ector County is corrupt. And this little picture of the sheriff has authority to arrest these judges, these corrupt judges, and absolutely will not do it. He's a disgrace to that uniform. And on top of that, what, a year or two ago, when at the bar incident, he's the one who brought out all these big machines and all that for a Second Amendment people at a bar that was, let me correct this, get this pointed out directly, legally and lawfully bearing arms. Okay? And some of you guys already know that I believe lawful and legal is two different entities. Okay? So I had to be specific on this situation, on legal and lawful about the Second Amendment at the bar incident a little over a year ago, I guess. So it was during COVID-19. I can't remember when that. I was there at one of the protests. Anyway, people are starting getting sick and tired of this. Okay? And this is men and women, y'all. Now, again, I don't have first-hand knowledge of a lot of this, but according to the stats, fathers are the ones that lose their rights more than the mothers. That's just statistically accurate. Okay? But when these family courts in there, it is designed on purpose by federal law passed to the state laws. Thank you for the fake presidents out there, Clinton and Obama and Bush and all them, stripping people's rights and their family hoods. Anyway, sorry, rapping. So, on this behalf, I had to lean. He was stuck. And the case I'm helping out on now is also stuck. You know, and they legitimately, literally hid paperwork. This court did. And not giving any type of due process. Okay? And it's not over with when I'm a witness to y'all. Just so you know. We're still carrying on. But it is hard to carry on when that building behind that wink wink sheriff is upholding their misdeeds. And I don't know if I can kind of focus that back in. Right? And I'll quit rambling on and at least show you this video. Now, if I come up with another video, I can't find it on Facebook, by the way, anymore, y'all, to give you the updated version. So at this point in time, you guys take this as hearsay, because it's hearsay from the news on my behalf, and we know how trustworthy news are, right?
Spawn muted did x-ray the device. It appeared to have some components of an actual explosive device.
Tense moments this morning at the Ector County Courthouse. The area around the courthouse shut off. The courthouse forced into lockdown for hours while authorities worked to disable a suspected pipe bomb. That's our top story tonight. While the area around the courthouse is now safe and the courthouse opened back up, there's still a lot going on. We have Francisco Soto at the scene. Francisco, tell us how this situation unfolded.
Yeah, Crystal, good evening. As you said, this entrance behind me opened around 2:30 p.m. People were allowed to go back, but through the back of the building. Investigators had this area shut off where I am standing right now, just so they can circulate the building, take some pictures, and gather any information they could. A scary morning for people at the Ector County Courthouse.
Well, about 7:45 this morning, an employee of the courthouse located what appeared to be an explosive device, a pipe bomb. At that time, the employee alerted our courthouse security, and courthouse security then contacted OPD, us, our personnel, and we put a perimeter up.
All morning, citizens were encouraged to avoid the area while the courthouse was shut down. The device appeared to have bomb components, but the Ector County Sheriff's Office said they don't know if it had all the components to cause an explosion.
OPD bomb unit used a couple of different instruments to try to identify what was actually in the device, and then when they used their what they call a water shot to perforate the device and see what was in it, and and it didn't explode, and nobody got hurt, no property damage.
The sheriff said a man was seen on camera early this morning placing the device near the door. Investigators are now working to identify that suspect.
We don't really know exactly how long it had been there. We feel like it had probably been there a couple of hours. But we're going through video footage right now to determine when and who left that device there. The individual that we catch will be prosecuted federally for domestic terrorism. So, and hopefully that individual will go to jail for a long, long time.
And the FBI and members of ATF were also on scene to conduct their own investigation. We will be sure to keep you updated as more developments become available. For now, reporting live in Odessa, Francisco Soto, News West 9.
Well, one of the big questions in this investigation, who is responsible? Victor Lopez, tell us what officers, the information that they've got, what they're seeing with it right now. Victor.
Yeah, Crystal, that is a very good question. And of course, that is where the focus of the investigation is turning to. Unfortunately, like you just heard, they don't have a whole lot to go on. Sheriff Griffiths did tell us all they really know of the suspect, it's a man in a jacket. They saw him from behind on camera placing the device near the door of the courthouse, and that's about it. That's all we know about him. Now, a couple of the things that we do know, like you just heard again, Sheriff Griffith says that this is the most significant threat that they've had in years, and the person responsible, whoever it is, will be federally prosecuted for domestic terrorism. Crystal?
Okay, so I don't know if I brought it up, but according to the news...
Imagine this is your eardrum.
Right?
This revolutionary new device can remove up to 10 times more earwax than a traditional cotton swab.
This is not my phone,
Latest
so I don't
studies
know how to
show
operate
that cotton
this darn
swabs
thing.
are not good for your ears. There is even a warning on the box.
Alright. From what my understanding of this is, from the news earlier, is that the guy is going to be looking at 5 years. So apparently, maybe with these other bombs, quote unquote, alleged, maybe didn't have no full power to cause anybody harm, and I'm guessing that's the reason why they're talking about 5 years. All right. Now I brought up how they hide records and all that. Now, just to cover our butts, I have first-hand knowledge that we've called the FBI on some of this criminal activities going on in this court, and of course they hung up, which I knew they would. But if you don't do something and put it on record or anything like that, then it stands as, alleged. All right. So I was a witness to calling the FBI on this court and the particular judge in this person's case, or this man's case, excuse me, because he's operating as a man. So this right here kind of fires me up, y'all, a little bit. Okay. He didn't really have no place to go. He was left without options, and of course he got himself an attorney that didn't absolutely help him at all. In fact, they fed each other. That attorney, other attorney, and judges are all working in cahoots, which is what the 4D contract says for them to do. Okay? And I stress this out on a couple other videos, y'all. Before you get married, read the 4D. 4D Children's Act. While you're married, read the 4D and find out what you and your spouse is going to go through together, and read it together. So that way you guys both have first-hand knowledge of the contract that the states and the federal government are doing against you. Because when you walk in that courtroom, it specifically says that they're not working for you. Your attorneys are not for you. It is for the state. They say it's for the children and all this kind of stuff. No, it's not. It's for the state to get federal funding and for whoever to pay the wink wink child support. I'm going to remind you guys of something. There is no law that exists that you have to pay child support unless you go into that court and actually sign the court documents, which is a contract. Okay? It's a contract, y'all. Read it. I'm not saying take my word for it. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. This is what other YouTube people say. Do your own research. But they're not for you. So read the 4D contract for the city or the state. Well, I go so far as even counties can deny it, but they won't get the state funding. So they get involved in this contract just the same. And if I remember correctly, I think it's every year they had to refile the contract for every county. Don't hold me to it because I cannot remember, okay? But this man was losing everything, all the way down to his kids. Now, that being said, I don't know this man. I don't know what harm he's done previous. I just know about the first-hand knowledge of what's going on with this other case. Hiding documents, lying, cheating, and try to steal. Okay? So, anyway, I didn't want this video to be this long, so I apologize for that. Again, y'all do your own research. I beg y'all to actually read the Children's 4D Act before marriage, during marriage, and after marriage, if that be the case. Okay? You need to understand what they are going to do on both of y'all. It's just not one. We have this thing thinking that there's justice out there, and there's absolutely no justice in any family courts whatsoever. It is state self-serving, and the judge is right there. It's conflict of interest because it's bowing down to the states, and the states are bowing down to the federal, and the counties are bowing down to the state. And none of it is going to benefit you. It seems like it does. And it would if the courts actually did it proper. But everything about it is unjust, unfair, and unstate and federal constitutional. Alright, y'all. So this is Diesel We the People News. If I can find it, the other video, I'll give an update on this other video, and maybe the video won't be as long. That way y'all have first-hand knowledge of what I heard. Okay? Diesel We the People News. Bye, y'all.